students, welcome to my YouTube channel Biology with Meena Kala Teacher. In the previous video, I started teaching events in sexual reproduction. Okay, so in that event in sexual reproduction, we had learned pre-fertilization events. In the pre-fertilization events, I finished gametogenesis. I taught gametogenesis. Okay, so in this video, we are going to learn rest of the events taking place in sexual reproduction. Okay, so first we will see gamete transfer. In the previous video, we learned gametogenesis, gamete formation. Gametes are formed. So after forming the gametes have to be brought together, okay, for fertilization. To facilitate the fusion of the gametes, these gametes have to be brought together. Okay, so this process is known as, that is, gamete transfer. So here you see there are two types of gametes, male gamete and female gametes. So these gametes are in some organisms. In few organisms, both the gametes are motile. So if you see, there is the algae and fungi. If you take algae and fungi, both the gametes are motile. But in most of the organism, male gamete is motile, female gamete is non-motile. So if the male gamete is motile, so then how they reach the female gamete? So they need a medium to transport male gamete to reach female gamete. So what will be the medium? Water is the medium. So through water, this male gamete transport to reach female gamete. When these male gametes transport through the water, so that is all female gametes do not reach the female gamete. So most of the male gametes fail to reach the female gametes. So wastage of the male gametes takes place. To compensate that, several thousands of more, that is, male gametes are produced. Several thousands of male gametes are produced than female gametes. Okay, so now you see there are some plants, some seed plants, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Both the gametes are non-motile. Both the gametes are non-motile means how this female gamete reaches the male gamete. So here you see that is pollen grains are the carrier of male gamete. So female gamete is egg. Okay, so in the gymnosperm and angiosperm, if you see, that is gametes are non-motile. Okay, both the gametes are. So already you know that is in angiosperms, flower is the reproductive part. In that flower reproductive part, androecium and gynoecium means stamen is the male reproductive part. So carpel is the female reproductive part. So if you see there is a stamen, you can see filament and anther. So anther possesses pollen grains. When anther gets matured, this anther bursts and release pollen grains. Okay, so these pollen grains has to reach the stigma of the carpel. So this is carpel. So you know this is the stigma of the carpel. These pollen grains have to reach the stigma of the carpel. How that is pollen grains reach the stigma of the carpel? So that is for transferring pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the carpel, they need some agents. That agents are biotic agents, abiotic agents. So if you see abiotic agents, water and wind are abiotic agents. Okay, so biotic agents are insects, birds, sometimes that is some animals and human being. Animals are also there. Okay, so insects means you can see that is butterfly, dragonfly, and that is honeybees and all insects. Okay, so now you see that is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is known as pollination. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the carpel is known as pollination. There are two types of pollination, cross pollination and self pollination. If you see here, cross pollination and self pollination. I have drawn very small picture. In this self pollination, these two are different plants of the same species. Different plants of the same species. So here you see pollen grains transfers from this flower, okay, to the stigma of this same flower, and pollen grains transfer of pollen grain from another to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant. So this is known as self pollination. Okay, cross pollination means transfer of pollen grain from one flower to another flower, to the stigma of another flower of the another plant of the same species, is known as cross pollination. Okay, so this is another plant. These two are two different plants, but both the plants are from the same species. Okay, pollination takes place between the same, that is between the different plants of the same species. Okay, so here that is after the pollination, pollen grains transfers on the stigma of the carpel. Okay, so if it said that is, if you see that is in this seed plants, gymnosperms and angiosperms, transfer of pollen grain takes place. So here also wastage of pollen grains are more. So for to avoid that, to compensate that, so large number of pollen grains are produced. Large number of pollen grains are produced. Now you come to fertilization. Fertilization means you know that is fusion of gametes is known as fertilization. In the coming lessons we are going to learn about all these things in very detail. Okay, so the diffusion of gamete is known as zygote. So fertilization. After fertilization, zygote develops. Zygote develops. Okay, then this fusion of gametes. This fusion of gametes are two types. Means fertilization. If you see internal fertilization, external fertilization. So if you see that external fertilization, the male and female gametes are released into the surrounding medium, and fusion of the gametes takes place outside the body. It is external fertilization. Mostly in aquatic organisms it is taken place. Sexual reproduction, that is external fertilization, is taken place in mostly in aquatic organisms. Fish, amphibians, algae. Okay, mostly it is taken place. So internal fertilization, it is taking place inside the body. So pteridophyta, bryophyta, gymnosperms and angiosperms. So there is internal fertilization takes place. If you see that is external fertilization, what about the release of the gametes and diffusion of the gametes? If you see that is, the organisms exhibiting external fertilization show great synchrony between the sexes and the release of gametes into the surrounding medium in order to enhance the chance of fusion of the gametes, in order to enhance the chance of fertilization. Okay, fusion of the gametes. So, but in that external fertilization, there is a disadvantage. There is a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? So, if you see the offsprings produced by external fertilization are vulnerable to predators. Okay, threatening their survival up to adulthood. Okay, so means that is the offsprings will be the food for some organisms. Okay, now you'll see that is, next we will go to see that is post-fertilization events. Okay, so internal fertilization, that is the fusion of the gametes takes place inside the body. That is only here you see. Angiosperm you can see, that is internal fertilization. Very clearly you can see. See, that is pollen grains transfer. Okay, gamete by the process of gamete transfer, by the process of pollination, that is pollen grains reaches the stigma. After reaching the stigma, these pollen grains germinate. Pollen grains germinate. It develops pollen tubes. Pollen tubes passing through the style and reaching the egg. Then fusion of the gametes takes place. So after fusion of the gametes, it develops zygote. Okay, so now you'll see that is post-fertilization events. So in this post-fertilization events, you see zygote develops. Zygote is the first cell of new generation of all organisms. So all sexual reproducing organisms. Okay, so zygote, that is, it is formed by the fusion of the gametes. Gametes have haploid number of chromosomes. So by the fusion of gametes, zygote is developing. So zygote has diploid number of chromosomes. Zygote has diploid number of chromosomes. Okay, zygote is this vital link between two successive generations. So which ensures the continuity of race from generation to generation. Okay, so it is a connecting vital link between the two. Then if you see, zygote is the single cell, that is the cell, it is formed of only one cell. Okay, so embryo is a multicellular structure, we will see next. Okay, this zygote is a single celled structure. This multicellular organism, you see in our body we are having millions of cells. Multicellular organisms are developed from the single celled zygote. So the single cell is having all genetic traits. So if you see the multicellular organism's body, all cells have all the genetic traits equal to the genetic traits present in the zygote. Okay, how much genetic traits are present in the zygote? All genetic traits are present in all cells of the multicellular organism body. Okay, understand? I think so. Okay, so this zygote is developing now. So these algae and fungi, they are very intelligent. So when that zygote is produced, so around the zygote, if the environmental condition is not favorable to that for the development of the zygote, so they develop the thick wall around that. It is developing the thick wall means it will not be getting damaged by the adverse environmental climate. Okay, adverse environmental condition, climatic condition. So they will, when they get the environmental condition that is effective, that is favorable environmental condition, they start to develop. Okay, so if you see, that is in the textbook you would have seen one question. Okay, so that is there is a shift from asexual reproduction to sexual reproduction in lower organisms. Why? So why there is a shift from that is asexual reproduction to sexual reproduction in lower organisms? So see, there is bisexual reproduction. So recombination takes place. By the process of recombination, variation occurs. So by these variations, so these organisms are having better survival in the changing environmental condition. So they can acclimatize to the changing environmental conditions. So because of this reason only, some organisms, in lower organisms, usually they are doing asexual reproduction. When unfavorable condition comes, these organisms shift to the sexual reproduction. Okay, now we will see embryogenesis. Development of zygote into embryo is known as embryogenesis. Development of zygote into embryo is known as embryogenesis. So this development of zygote is taken place by cell division. That is normal cell division, means that is mitosis. By the process of mitosis, zygotes in the cell, zygote is dividing into many cells. Okay, so it is in the one cell that many cells are present. Then after forming the many cells, these cells are, there is differentiation takes place at a special location. So a particular location, that is at some specialized locations, some differentiation takes place. By the process of differentiation, they are forming different tissues, different organs, then different organ systems. Okay, so they develop. So this is in all the organisms it is taking place. But if you see, there is the development of the external and internal structure is generally known as morphogenesis. Morphological changes are taking place. So external and internal structure development is known as morphogenesis. So you come to the plant. In plant, very interesting one. If you see that is living organisms reproduction, that is you will wonder. Okay. So in plant, after fertilization, zygote develops. Okay, after fertilization, zygote develops. After developing the zygote, so it is like animals, it is also dividing. So many cells are forming. Then if you see, there is embryo develops. So embryo forms. So development of embryo also, it is having a special types of tissues, special tissues, that is known as endosperm. From that endosperm, this embryo is getting food for its development. Okay, when this fertilized egg develops into fruit, so develops into fruit, what are the changes takes place? So if you see, ovary means it is having ovary wall, so and that is ovule. So ovary wall develops into, so that is ovary wall develops into the fruit, fleshy part of the fruit or fruit wall. Ovule develops into seed. So mature seed possesses the progenitor of new generation. Okay, so if you see that is, if that is matured ovule, if you see that is a mature ripened ovary means, so the ripened ovary is a fleshy part of the pericarp or fruit wall with mature seed. This is known as fruit. So matured, that is ovary is known as fruit, but a matured ovary is known as fruit. What are present there? So it possesses the fleshy part of the fruit, okay, fleshy part of the pericarp, that is known as pericarp, with mature seed. Okay, that is known as fruit. Okay, so when this, as the fruit develops, after fertilization, fruit starts to develop, zygote develops into fruit or seed, whatever it may be. Okay, so when it starts to develop, so flower is having different parts, sepals, petals, that carpel means you can see that is stigma, style. Okay, so all these parts means sepal, petal, style, stigma, everything that is shed, all these parts will shed. Okay, so then only ovary develops. In some plants, in some fruits, you would have seen that is in brinjal and chilies, you can see one cap-like structure is sticking with that is calyx. Okay students, I think you understood this topic very nicely. Okay, so those who have not subscribed, subscribe it, and that is write the comment in the comment box. Thank you.